Inside the danger zone, tourists are visiting Bali's most famous temple. Besakih lies just 7 kilometers from the crater of the erupting AGUNG volcano and was off limits for the past 3 months. The decision to reopen the tourist attraction shows the government's eagerness to lure visitors. The volcano is still at its highest alert level.
I don't agree with this decision. There are many other places where tourists can go in Bali. We can't predict nature. It's better to put safety first.
Around 5 million tourists visit Bali every year. But after the eruptions and airport closure last month, several countries, including China, issued travel warnings. Hotels far away from the volcano were empty, and owners were forced to temporarily suspend staff. To reassure tourists, President Joko Widodo took selfies at one of Bali's famous beaches. Tourism has recovered slightly during the holiday season, but many Balinese are suffering. KOMANG KAYUN has worked as a guide on Mount Agung, taking around 1,000 hikers every year. Since September, his business has stopped.
I am confused what to do now. I want to work, but I have no other work experience than being a guide. I hope someone can give us a job because all 62 guides of Mount Agung are now jobless. We have no money to go back to farming.
Volcanologists say nobody can predict how long Agung will erupt or if the eruptions will become bigger. The last time it erupted in 1963, it killed more than 1,500 people, all living near the volcano. While the volcano continues to erupt, the government has gone out of its way to convince tourists that Bali is safe, outside of the danger zone 10 kilometers from the crater. The huge losses in tourist revenues has taken the authorities by surprise, and some say this is a wake-up call for the holiday island not to fully rely on tourism. Made Wija has learned how fragile his business is over these past months. His small resort in a safe area near the volcano has been mostly empty, and he hasn't been able to pay his staff.
What I have learned from this situation is that we have no choice than to accept what happens to us and start to look for alternatives. If my resort business fails, then maybe I can start selling food.
But not all is lost. For some tourists, the erupting volcano has become an attraction in itself. Perhaps with the right safety measures in place, Bali could use this spectacle of nature to its advantage. Step Vaessen, Al Jazeera, SIDEMEN, Bali.